Greetings. I'm George Boston Rhines with the Getto Free Press in Valdosta, Georgia, and our motto is that we report what others ignore. Other words, if you have issues in the black community in particular, and the white mainstream media has a history of not reporting the news in our behalf, and therefore I started the Getto Free Press years ago. And so today is July the 14th, Friday, and I just got another call from a citizen in Tifton, Georgia. I visited May Singletary a couple of years ago, and we did videos, and I'm going to repost those videos, some of them, in a few minutes. I'm going to post them on Facebook, on my YouTube channel, because she just asked me to come back up there because she has a new problem that have existed for too long. I understand that she says that she have to wash her dishes in the sink not in the sink, but the bathtub in the bathroom. The bathtub in the bathroom is where she washes her dishes to eat from because of what's going on in her home. I have been up there. I have been recording consistently. I didn't post what I have recorded, much of the video. I met with the Tifton city manager this week, and May Singletary wants to go public. I went to him first out of courtesy to what I stand for. And as of this date, I have not spoken with the city manager. And according to Miss May Singletary, she is a senior citizen. She cannot get the Tifton city government to respond to her in such a way that she could see some results in terms of getting the water leak at her home stopped, or at least investigated, and it's been under question for a long time. To make a long story short, I'm going to just use this as a prelude to repost May Singletary videos concerning what she has gone through and at the facility there in Tifton, Georgia. Once again, I'm the Getto Free Press, and we do this because if you remember, if you go back a little bit, there was a time when you could go to your local TV station, you could go to your local news media outlets, and they would tell your story to the public. But now it seems as if though the news medias, they are owned by political parties, and because of the political party affiliation, they just ignore the news because they don't want the people to know what's going on. And therefore, in this country, it is so sad that we can fight the wars of this nation, but when it comes down to actually having a free press that will represent a government of, for, and by the people, it is indeed a disgrace. And this is not me talking. I invite CNN, MSNBC, 60 Minutes, 48 Hours, Dateline, HLN, all of them to call me on your TV channel and challenge me. And in fact, I would do less talk. I would give you real people in all these cities that have already identified these problems are what the white-owned, dominated, and controlled news media just deliberately omit. And like I say, I have people standing by, just want to talk to the Congressional Black Caucus, want to talk to the Georgia Attorney General, just want to talk to the Secretary of State, only in a public meeting, because otherwise these agencies now are so political until they laugh at you and play the game and nothing ever happened. Once again, this is the Getto Free Press, and as you know, they say I do this for the money, but I challenge anybody to check my record anywhere and see how much money I get for doing these videos and been doing this type of work since 1975. I do it because I served this country for 21 years, and I'm a little different from most of your veterans. A lot of veterans put their life on the line. Some of them are 100%, I'm disabled, but some of them are 100% disabled. And some of them now perish. Some of them suffer from Agent Orange. But when it comes down to standing up for their own mama, daddy, sister, and brother's rights, they are nowhere to be found. But I made a commitment when I took that oath in the military, that code of conduct, say I am committed to and against any obligated I was obligated, I'm still obligated, to protect this nation from both foreign and domestic enemies, and not to take payroll from any foreign nation or from anybody that is going to attack our form of government. And I want to say to you, peace be unto you, and bye-bye, we're gone. We're on our way to Tifton because we want you to know. Hello? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Pete Brzezinski here in Tifton.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I just cut in a video about the fact that you didn't get back with me, and I called Miss Singletary, and she called me about 4 times. I see you did return my call. I called you back, but I couldn't get in touch with you. She called me a few minutes ago, and we was going to go ahead and get a video and start putting this stuff out there as I promised you. And I don't know how it's going to work out, but what's your response, my beautiful brother?
Well, my response is, and when I called you back, I went over there, I looked at all the work orders, I looked at the flags, and the communication to her is that she had a leak underneath her house somewhere, and she indicated that she was going to get a plumber, and that she was going to correct that. And if she does correct that, and we have acknowledgement of that, then I will certainly adjust her water bill back so she could get credit for that. So that's what findings are.
Okay, so what you're saying is that how do you pronounce your name, Brzezinski?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you're saying is that is her responsibility. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and once she get that, you gonna do your part, which is to meet her and compensate as much as you can. Am I correct? I mean, not compensate, but adjust her bill.
Yeah.
Adjust her bill.
Adjust her bill because it's a leak and something that she had repaired, and I will certainly help her with that.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Okay. I got to run up there. I'm down in Valdosta, but I'm committed to run up there, so I'm on my way up there. I'm supposed to meet with her from between 1 and 2. And I will promise you, since you got back with me, that we're going to put everything on hold and see where it go from there. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And just got a call from the city manager, and he just happened to call because I was getting ready to cut a video, and I also was going to go up there, and well, I guess I will we'll give them a little more time. Also, Miss Singletary say, as you heard him, he said that it's on her. So if it's on her, and I can't go no further than that. So I'm going to Tifton. I'm going to talk with her, and then of course I will add that at the end of this video. I don't just do things just to do it to make anybody look bad. I do things to try to get it resolved, especially with my senior citizens and old people that are on fixed income who cannot do what others may do, who are faring better than some people. Once again, this is the Getto Free Press. I'm on my way to Tifton, and I'm going to talk with Ms. Singletary, and you will hear from her. Rather than me posting this now or the other video, I'm just going to hold off on that until I talk to Ms. Singletary. Peace be unto you.
$2,000. Listen to this is louder than it was when you came. And they come here. So this is since they building the front yard. The city of Tifton. Listen. Hear it?
So water is running somewhere.
Yeah. From his house.
And it's not the commode, because I checked that.
It's not. Let's go with the kitchen. I'll show you. Let's go in the kitchen.
Go ahead.
I'll show you.
Today is June the 11th, 2017.
Look at my floor here. This is done by G.B.R. G.B.R. put a generator out here at my window here in 213 and walked away, and there's a hole down here in my yard. I said, what you gonna do about it? We put some sand around the terrain of the house. I said, sand around the terrain of the house?
Why you got the fan on? Keep it cool in here?
Huh?
Keep it cool? But it's not leaking or nothing, is it? It's leaking.
Water. Water coming from under.
But it's not leaking in the house. It's going on. It's on the ground, I doubt it.
Well, it's leaking in my. It's leaking. There's some leaking in the house too.
Okay, that's my point. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I have to keep this paper here.
That's what I was saying.
And I showed Miss K. Okay,
Now who's Miss K?
That's the one from USDA.
Okay.
When you turn this on,
Uh-huh.
it wets this here up completely. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you might need a washer there. But under here, it was leaking, and so I put, you know, a pan there just in case. But here's where it's coming from. It's coming from underneath. When Georgia Power left here and didn't do anything about the mess they did, okay, then this is what the result is. I need to take you back outside.
Let's walk. Let's walk.
Okay, okay. You're not going to pull this here mess here on me. Victor, I'm going outside. Okay. Bring me my cane. Give me a cane.
Wait. Okay.
Just a minute. You send me a damn $100. Hold on a minute. Water bill here. You take a look at me. And then hung some shit on my door, had them dug in my yard. Wait a minute, I'm gonna show you where they put a little blue marking, because they still have the emergency ticket. You think I'm gonna pay them $500 for water bill, and I've already paid a plumber $2,600.
My question is, what's your water bill normally be?
Something like $45, $46. Sometimes once in a while $48, because that's, you know, something is still leaking.
And you've been to the city, right?
Yeah.
What did they say?
Told me that I had to fix this leaking pipe, or what it busted pipe. I said, well, it wasn't busted until they came here and dug in my yard. Okay? This is since they come out here on...
When I was here?
Yeah.
Okay.
May the 1st. I'm coming out
Gotcha.
here.
Okay. All right.
We haven't had no rain, so what is this coming from? Where's it coming from? He put me a note on here from the city that it needed an investigation here, okay? This is worse than what it was when you was here before. It's coming from under the house, and it's sinking that badly in the yard. All this water pooling out from under here. So we were supposed to come back here and do that. But what it's coming here, it's doing anything. And the parents on this case will come Tuesday from USDA, the investigator. So I told her, I can't walk in my own yard. Okay?
Okay. What's out here you want to show me now?
So this is sinking. This ain't proper. I didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Greetings. I'm George Boston Ryan with the Getto Free Press, and today is July the 14th, 2017. I am in Tifton, Georgia, at May Singletary's home. I have been coming up here for approximately 2 years, and I will continually say that there was a time when we could take problems to our newspapers, our TV stations, and other news media networks, and they would publicize them to the general public. But it seemed as if though that day is long gone. And so when I was called to the property here approximately 2 years ago, I came. And I'm here with a citizen, tax-paying citizen here in Tifton, Georgia, because she has problems here at her home. What's your name?
My name is May Singletary.
What problems are you having here?
Right now, I'm having sewer problem or city problems, plumbing problems, electrical problems.
Okay. And what is the history of it? What happened? Let me give you a rundown of what I did Friday last week, as you know, and I just want my watchers here to, because I'm going to send this to the city manager as well as the city government and possibly to the news media network, and try to get someone out here to assist you if they can. So I came up here last Friday, but I've been here before because you have water running continuously, and I recorded a little video. But the city manager, what's his name, Pazinski, he told me that he would get back with me Wednesday or Thursday, so he got back with me late this morning, and so I was already prepared to come up here and do this video. And so now he told me, of course, I don't have to repeat it because you will hear that on this video, what he said. But what he said to me was that this was your problem, the leak was, and that he was aware that you had a high bill. How much you say your bill was?
The bill, the most recent bill is $900 or more.
Okay, so you have you have two bills, and both of them are extremely high.
3 bills, particularly.
So you have 3 bills that are extremely high.
Yes.
And it's due to this leak, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so, well, he told me that once you get a plumber out, which he said was on your property, therefore it was your responsibility to get it fixed with a plumber. And so he said once you do that, that he would adjust your bill. What do you say to that?
Number one, I've already hired a plumber, and he has been paid. The plumber that I hired was accused of bursting the pipe somewhere between May 1st, when a notice was hung on my door that there was a bursted pipe. So
Who accused who?
I understand the city accused Mr. Reuter of bursting the pipe. Okay? Mr. Reuter informed the city that he did not work on that side of the house and he did not burst any pipe at all, which he didn't.
Okay, so, but the bottom line is that it's still your responsibility. So have you went, regardless of how many times or how much money you may have to spend, have you went back to get a plumber?
My responsibility was to let 811 know what was happening because they have it ticketed and docketed as to what's supposed to happen here at this property. 811 says they would want, as a matter of fact, they ordered the city to mark a sewer line, and that's been ordered somewhere since June, early part of June. They're giving them till the 28th to have it corrected. No plumber.
The 28th of July?
Of July, yes, of July, this month.
Well,
Okay.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, well, you still got a few more days to go.
I understand that, but you only give me 4 more days to let them know if the information, if they've done any marking at all. In other words, they informed me that a sewer line must be marked in order for a plumber to come to do anything else. The plumber that was here had his markings already taken care of, and that was to find out where the gas line was that was here at this property at some other time, and where the water line comes in at. Those are marks that's still here in the property because the tickets are still live.
Well, I came out here one day, when they came out here with that tractor and dug up some out there, that didn't resolve the problem?
Supposedly it did, but when what we're speaking about, someone came to this property May the 1st and hung a sign on my door informing me that a bursted pipe was emanating here on my property. So I in turn called the city to let them know that I got the notice, and I also respected what they claimed they were about. Meanwhile, I notified 811 again as to what was going on. 811 says, and again, then the whole property needs to be dug up, okay? In the meantime, they also put in another emergency ticket to mark the sewer line. All other lines were marked. The gas line was marked, the water line was marked, and the electrical line was marked, and the telephone line has been marked, and that stays marked because the ticket is still active, okay, under emergency. There has not been any sewer line to the state marked for anything, for any reason. So if I'm responsible for all the water that's pooling out underneath my house, then I need the markings of the city sewer line in my yard, because no plumber is going to come except he knows what he's digging for.
When I was here, I don't know, a couple months ago, when they dug up out here, it seemed to me that they had a problem locating where your water lines connected to the city, did they not?
Yes, they did.
So why do you think it's so hard for the city, to me, to find out how the water's coming into here? Have they found that out yet?
That's what 811 wants to know.
Who is 811? I hear you talking about it. Who is 811 for the people?
811 is a federal agency that you have to call before you dig.
Okay.
That's our law.
Okay. And so
No, 811 has also informed the city what has to be done. A sewer line must be found.
have you ever thought about, and I'm saying this based upon some other places that I've been, especially in Valdosta, some people in older houses, they were paying, and in Gordon, I've been in Gordon, I work a lot of cities.
Yes.
I was over in Gordon, and people had been paying, I think for 11 years, city water when they actually, and sewage when they actually had a septic tank on their place. Have anybody come out here and scan your yard for maybe there's a septic tank or something out here? I mean, it may be different from what you're saying, but still.
Well, I have gone to the health department, and the health department in turn gave me a letter, and they contacted the city. When they contacted the city, someone came here by the name of Mr. Randall. Mr. Randall gave a write-up that there should be an investigation here. I have that in writing. Okay, from there, I also notified 811 again as to the fact that I had spoken to the health department, I had spoken to Mr. Randall, who's at the city, and we were scheduled to go from there. From there, I got the plumber. Okay? And the plumber has been here. He did the digging to unlock what was going on as to about the supposedly septic city sewer business. But in the meantime, they were accusing him of bursting a pipe in an area where he never worked at all. This is about the fourth or fifth plumber that I've had here to this property with all this business going on with this plumbing business. It's running into close to $10,000 at this stage in the game. I don't even drink the water here, okay? And I don't know where the water is coming from, all right? But it's pooling underneath my house, which is a dangerous situation, all right? And Mr. Randall saw this, okay? And he suggested that there's something wrong here.
And Mr. Randall is who again?
Mr. Randall is a city worker who handles a lot of the big corporations here like McDonald's. I guess he came as a favor to the health department to check this out. But he also stated that there should be an investigation. That's in his own letter.
Okay, so who now has gotten involved with the water situation here? I remember you had sewage coming up out there. You got that kind of fixed a little bit? But that's not on the corner anymore like it was before.
Well, it's not bubbling up anymore
Right.
because when Mr. Reuter's company came here, I stood outside here and I observed everything basically that they did. They put in a huge piping, okay, at the corner of this, it's like midway of this house here, and dug out. It was 3 men, there was 3 people. He showed me what he was doing, informed me what he was doing, and he took pictures of what he was doing, okay? And I cannot say at this point that Mr. Reuter did not do his job, okay? As far as I'm concerned, he did do his job.
On that end, but now you got a leak in here. And I was surprised to...
That's not just a leak, that's water running. It's running from someplace because it wouldn't be, you wouldn't hear the sound of it. A leak is different from running water.
Okay, anything else you want to say?
Yes, I also had to let 811 know every step of the way what I see and what is being done. They also said that Georgia Power, if they had a cable running under this house here, and no one is looking into what could happen here as to what might cause a fire, then what danger is the least is leaving me in. No one can tell me that I need to get another plumber out here when you have not even marked your sewer line. So my concern is, as 811 wants to know, and I'm scheduled to let them know on Monday.
So why do you think the city manager would make that statement that he came out here, that it's on your property, you have it's your responsibility, and that he talked to you about this? So I mean, can't you and him communicate, or if not, why not?
So my concern is, as 811 wants to know, and I'm scheduled to let them know on Monday.
So why do you think the city manager would make that statement that he came out here, that is on your property, you have it's your responsibility, and that he talked to you about this? So I mean, can't you and him communicate, or if not, why not?
Okay, at this stage in the game, first of all, the city manager has not been here on my property to speak with me about anything.
So he didn't come this week when he told me he was coming. He said he talked. I think we'll listen to the video as we play it. But I think he said he had been out to the property and talked to you. I think
Well, he must have
he
talked
said that
to-
flags was out over here, which I saw some flags,
Yes.
but those are the same flags I think I saw
Oh yes, they've been
for
here
quite a while.
for
Okay.
months. Yes, they
Okay.
have. I have not spoken to the city manager in my yard about anything.
Okay. Well, do you think the city of Tifton is addressing your issue swiftly? I mean, you're a senior citizen. Do you think this put stress on you and your grandson? So why do you? What's the hold
It's
up?
nothing new.
So what do you think the hold up is?
It's for 9 years. The hold up is, okay, the whole issue going down started out almost from the second month that I was here in the property, harassing me. I had Sumner, who was my insurance agent, has a very strong letter to that effect, and that has been submitted to the federal court, okay? It's vandalizing my property, forcing me to leave the property, and even went as far as taking me into a municipal court to remove me from my property. And not only that, I've received some information in January from FEMA, asking me, almost demanding me, to send them my deeds to my property, and who did the construction work here as to the flood. Now this came to me in January. Now, all of a catastrophe.
Now FEMA is a federal
agent.
Okay.
Okay. All of a catastrophe. All this business is going on with the plumbing business, and then the so-called water busted pipe here that I'm supposedly to be responsible for. Okay. And I want to know, when did they come out here and discover that this is a flood zone, and you're going to make it a flood zone because this is what you've indicated to FEMA? I have it in writing, okay?
Did FEMA give you any kind of work that was done on the property to prevent the flooding or anything like that?
No, I knew nothing about it.
They just called. I know, but what I'm saying, the literature that you got, did it say something about expenditures on the property or anything surrounding it to secure that it wouldn't flood?
They asked me to send them the name of the constructor who did the work on this property, okay? And to send them a copy of my deeds. I informed them that there has been no flood here, no construction work here from any contractor that had anything to do with FEMA.
So what does that make you think?
That they're prevaricating. Okay, those who have informed you of what you have asked is prevaricating.
And what do you mean by that?
Lying.
Well, do you think somebody supposedly did some work and maybe somebody got paid? I mean, I know you're not saying you don't know if that
If
actually...
anyone came to this house to do any repairs, I own it. I ought to know about it.
Okay. Another thing you were telling me inside was about you saying that they were trying. You think they're trying to move you out. You said something about a code inspector or something came out. Well, explain about that code inspector you said came out.
Well, the code of inspection came here in 2008, shortly after I moved in here in this house, and he started harassing me. That's how come the whole issue has begun all over again. Because I asked FEMA, what hour did you come out here to my property, okay, to decree that this is supposedly a flood zone? They said, well, 2 a.m. in the morning. I said, well, then you're on my property at those hours, then why don't I know you're out here, okay? So when did this take place? They said, well, we understand that it was 2010. I said, well, why am I just finding it out in 2017?
Okay. So from the time you started having your problems here, who now, I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, Who has gotten involved in trying to assist you in resolving your problem?
No one.
Okay, but you had, well, who have you contacted to try to resolve your problem?
811.
811, the city of Tifton.
Yeah, the city of
Oh, who
Tifton.
else? Your
Federal court.
Your federal courts, and you say federal courts. Expound on that a little bit.
Well, they're waiting. They're waiting for the city to respond. The city is responsible for answering what the Court of Enforcement initiated.
And when you say federal court, you try the U.S. District Court, or you try
Yes.
the court here? Okay.
U.S. federal. That's the U.S. District Court is federal.
Okay, now, the city manager told me that a few minutes ago that he had spoken with you, and I heard you told me inside that you would not probably have spoken to him because of what?
Number one, I spoke to him after the notice was placed on my door on May 1st. That's the first time I ever spoke to his office, was after that was done. I have not spoken to Mr. Byzanski since then. He had one of his constituents to call me. I believe the person's name was West, and we got nowhere with that either. It was just a negotiation by telephone. No one has been to this property to speak with me about anything, except Mr. Randall when he came, and this was earlier, prior to the flag that was hung in the door.
I have gone with you down to City Hall on 3 occasions. And do you think anything was accomplished when we went down there?
I don't see that anything has been accomplished at all. I'm getting tremendous bills here for water that I don't use, okay, and water that's pooling under my house that's not considered a leak.
Mm-hmm.
It has to do with the water, but it doesn't have anything to do with a leak. A leak and running water is two different things.
Short form, have you ever considered hiring an individual, wouldn't say who, I don't want to be the one to do it, but someone going under that house and looking and seeing if they can see where that water is running, because it got to settle somewhere and go somewhere. No plumber that you hired ever chose to go in there and look around?
When I first hired the plumber, and he wanted to know where the water line was, the initial issue was to go under the house. He did go under the house.
But it wasn't running, that you said?
It was not.
So since it started running, nobody have actually gone under there to see it?
No, absolutely not. This took place as of May 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I came back, I had some place to go. When I got back, the water line there, where the meter is, it would appear that someone had either ran over it with a truck or something and started digging, because I took the debris and put it on the curb.
Okay, let's close this out now. So what do you see or think that, what do you think could help, what do you think could resolve this problem so you would be through with it? 811 to come do what they're supposed to?
811 is waiting to see if they're going to mark the sewer line that they claim I'm on city line, I'm on city sewer.
And we're waiting on who to do that, the city?
We're waiting for we're waiting for the city to do the marking, yes.
Yeah. Why do you think that's such a big problem for the city manager, though?
If you have something to hide, that would be a problem.
Oh, so you think it's something to hide?
Oh, yes.
Well, who did this marking out here? I know you had the gas people, the electric people.
Yeah, we've had the gas company here.
Yeah.
We've had the water for the border line, Georgia Power, and AT&T. Well, I guess it would be federal. Mine is TIF Communication.
Okay.
They have marked their line well. They've marked it more than once.
Okay. So you really haven't, I mean, I want you to stay on the camera here. We did another 2-hour video before, but my thing is that, so you're saying that the city will not come and mark the lines where the city ties in with your house
They've
water?
been ordered to do it.
Huh?
They have been ordered to do it.
By who?
811.
By the 28th of this month.
Yes.
So they're gonna have to do it.
They're supposed to.
So
That's an order.
why would not the city manager state to me and to you and on this video that that is to be done and when it's gonna be done, so it could release your pressure and you would know where you're going with this?
Well, your guess would be as good as mine, because what I've been hearing is like sending a rocket to space and cutting the motor on after it gets there.
Now, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but to me, they got the instruments to walk along the edge of your property and find where the line come in.
Absolutely.
Why you like this? Anyway, you haven't told me anything. Anything else you want to say? I don't know. What else you want to say?
We can wait for the judge to make a decision in federal court, or we can ask for the militia.
Okay. Where has your I mean, where this federal court? But where? How long has that been going on?
I put this issue in federal court in January of this year.
So you see it as real. I mean, some people that watch this video may think that it's just a game you're playing, or just something that you brought up. But you do have it in court. It's been documented, and that you are waiting for 811 to have the city or whoever to mark the property and find out where the lines are coming in.
Where the sewer.
The sewer, yeah.
Yes.
Your sewer. And once it come in, then they can take it from there.
I don't know where they'll take it. If they're taking it like they took it before, that's the title of Campbell property. If you have the audacity to state to FEMA that I have had construction work done here and they're demanding me to send them my deeds, something is erratically wrong, and it doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
I've asked this before, I'm going to ask again. Do you think you have a septic tank here?
I'm not sure what's here now. There's been 5 plumbers here, okay, and it's cost me an arm and a leg.
Could they,
So
did
something
they,
is here that should not be here.
did they tell you if you had a septic tank?
Who?
The plumbers that came.
They didn't tell me that it was a
So
septic
they didn't know
tank.
either.
They didn't know either.
When the city came, did they say whether they was on the city or you had a septic tank?
The city claims I am on the city.
Right.
Okay, that's why 811 wants them to
Right,
the
right.
city.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
and mark it from my house to the street.
Okay. Now you don't have any problem with me putting this on YouTube, sending it to the city manager, the city mayor, the council members, the county commissioners, and I don't know if that'll be up to you if you want to send it to Judge Lawson. I think
He doesn't need this.
you don't need it. Okay, well whoever you want to send it to, you don't have any problem. We won't send it to Judge Lawson, but
It's not in Judge Lawson's
But
hands
wherever
at
you want to
this
send
point.
it to, wherever you want to send it to, we'll do it. We got no problem with it.
You have my permission.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Okay? Go in the yard and bust it pipe themselves. Okay? Ain't gonna tell me. Listen, if $500 for the bill? Hell no. Come on. Let's go. I'm walking in my own yard. Not to be. You never saw no mess like this here in my yard. I wouldn't even bought the house. I couldn't even touch it. Okay, here's what Georgia Power had the generator at. Right here.
Okay, what was the generator there for?
They claimed they were putting underground tubing. Okay, I asked them. You see the meter on the house? Was never no line. So I said, where's the line to my house? You're sending me $4,500 bills. Where's the line? Oh, it's underground. So they sent someone here claiming that they were digging underground. So
they did run your line on the underground, right? Because there's nothing coming in, so I mean it got to go underground.
claimed, okay, they said it claimed that. Because it laid out here, the telephone wire laid on the ground for 1 month. If we go back over my video that you did on me, you'll understand what happened. The telephone company had to wait to see if they were going to come out here and plant any wire. So the claim was they did. So I told them, I said, why don't you
This is why 811 want to know. They need to come back here
Okay,
and
well,
redig.
okay, but to make a long story short,
Come
so
up here so nobody hear what you say.
okay, so to make a long story short, so what do you think they did or did not do? Short form.
I think that they came here and left that thing at my window. It damaged my property. They didn't put any underground wiring, and we're still getting my service from the alley, okay? Because when he came here...
So really you don't believe that your electricity coming from the pole like everybody?
No, that's
Is that what you're saying?
In other words, that pole there, he's got that. There was 2 poles there.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got on the case about it, they moved the pole, and he put his night light over through my yard.
Okay.
Look up top.
Okay.
That's his night light.
Okay, I got you. But
Okay.
yeah, but what I'm saying is that so you don't believe that that meter is connected up to the city or to the pole?
Georgia Power. That's Georgia Power.
Yeah, so you don't think connected up to Georgia
I
Power?
don't think it's nothing. I asked him, would you send someone here to check? Why didn't they notify? Why didn't they ring my doorbell? Since they were told, don't speak to the owner. But then you were coming right here. There were 2 poles here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one pole has been moved. Okay, and then they left this pole here. He strung his line. That line there, that was never running. This is on my property, running across my property. The other pole, it was running his property.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why is this pole here got his line, his night light, running through my property line? Look up, you'll see another line. Okay, that line is where AT&T came and put up here since I've been here, and it was never here, saying that's a guideline. Well, you're feeding the neighborhood with my stuff, with my supposedly electricity. So when I had an electrician to come here,
Okay, have you had anybody come out and explain that to you? Because what I see here is that wire that come down to here is in here, and undoubtedly it goes straight down there. I can understand that. See right here? That's what that is. That's what this is. That wire right there, it comes down from that pole. There it is right there. That's your wire right there. It come down. They got it in here, and
that's
it's going.
the telephone wire.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking. Look up here. See, telephone wire, not that large. See up there, them big wires up there. My friend got the same thing, Freddie. That's what that is.
Okay.
But y'all all operating on a transformer. See where's your transformer?
Okay, let's put this way.
Okay.
When they knocked the service out last week and into it,
Mm-hmm.
my telephone goes out.
Okay.
Okay, it's not. Nobody's telephone is supposed to go out because of electricity. Okay, it goes out if your company turns it off.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You sat there and talked to them about that?
811. I talked with them all. 811 says they want the whole property built up because there's too many questions here. That's why
Is that what 811 says?
Yes.
Okay.
Why you think the flag was there?
Okay, I see.
This line here,
Okay,
he's yellow. That's the
Mhm.
telephone.
right,
This is Georgia Power.
right.
811 said they
Right.
want it. Okay.
But the bottom line, you know your phone bill shouldn't be that high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's go back to
I mean your electric bill.
yeah, exactly. So what I
Well, that's your water bill.
water bill, okay, should not be $500.
How much electric bill?
Electric bill, I was on the flat rate when I
Okay.
sold them running my electric so
Okay.
much.
Okay.
So now they're raising the electric bill, flat bill, because they're trying to help out the city of Tifton. Okay, I told them, what you gonna do? All this mess here? That was not here. But to look at it, what is this fooling not gonna leave my house? 811 says either an earthquake or something going on underneath the ground. So that's why they blessed the flag. They renewed it.
They do what?
The ticket.
Oh,
The ticket is renewed.
okay. And what does that mean when you say renewed?
They want something done about it.
Okay. Wow.
They're trying to push me out. Why did they?
So why you feel they're trying to push you out?
Because there's some illegal stuff going on here in the alley with the electric, the illegal stuff going on with the water.
Wow.
Okay? Now, I want to go back to the back now to show you something. Okay, look at here. You see this here? There's a rug underneath here. Oh, this is rugs. You see this post up here? That is not for rain, Brother Brian, I'm trying to tell you. When I brought the city here, he said there needs an investigation. Something is going on underground. 811 says the same thing. If it rained and this made this, It's one thing. You can be dry as a bone.
But you've been here a long time, but it's gonna be hard to explain that to somebody. But you've been here, so you know there's a difference, and you've seen the rug.
Of course. You can feel it for yourself.
Okay.
You know, you take it to the back.
Why do you think why would you put a rug down there?
And stuff of that nature in your little shed. And I hear something popping underneath my house, like a generator. You see this here? This is sinking here. Listen, I had no business trying to hop around here. And look at here. Come over here. The man done done his work. So why is all this mess here at my house? Okay? Come out here digging and digging and digging. This is digging. Okay? I had to have a man come here and refix this here so it wouldn't be going underneath my house as badly.
I don't see too much thing wrong there from my observation. Is that wet?
But I live here. Okay? It can be dry as a bone.
Yeah.
And it will still come wet. Okay?
Yeah.
Not supposed to be wet.
Right.
Okay?
I can see that something wrong if that stay wet.
Sure.
But like the sewage got dry down here from what last time.
Well, see, we put stuff here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can't even walk in this yard, okay? You see how this... Look, let me say this to you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The house was in Appleton order when I purchased it.
Mm-hmm.
When I purchased
Oh,
it.
yeah. Oh,
All
yeah.
right, come over
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Come on. This is a sink. If I didn't know the yard, I could break my ankle. Come over here.
And that's a hole. I can understand that. I got them in my yard.
I understand that. But you don't have water right. Okay?
Don't have what?
You don't have water right.
You're right, I
Over
know.
here.
Mm.
Okay, when the man comes here, he can't mow anymore like he's supposed to. He had to take his shaver and do that part. Come here.
Now, I got this before. I think we came out here before.
Yeah, but still, I see again. What is the color for this water sewer line? It's supposed to be green. So it been here. It was first done like this when you came. All right. You see, does it? Okay. This is a rug here. Okay. Pay attention. What is this pulling out from here? Okay. This was supposed to be as white as this. Okay.
Well, that's lower to the ground.
That's not a problem. It's not raining either. Okay, we're good in here. I'm telling you, you can't purchase this until USDA out of order. You couldn't get the insurance that I had. With everything out of order. I had a man here. He was paid to inspect this house and the grounds. Okay? I got my documents. Okay? Okay, over here. All right. This is the bathroom. This is where you hear. I come in here the other week, and this was moved off of the thing. Coastal Plain has been here and refurbished my house. Okay? So I don't have no business with none of this. They spent $40,000 in making sure my house was the way it was supposed to be.
How many years that been?
It was in 2000. They did it in 2011. House was well kept.
So your major problem is the water and what else?
Electric.
And electric.
I asked them to give me a new property.
But like you got the sewage fixed though.
Well,
I mean,
if that-
slowed up or something.
If that's fixed,
Mm-hmm.
then what's the sound in my bathroom and all the water running? What are you charging me $500 for?
Right, I understand now. That's water, but the sewage. When I came before, it was out there. Well, what's under that thing? Is any under that thing there?
This is the
I remember last time you was using that. Yeah, it's dry now. Okay. But you still got the water. We can hear that, so we know something going on. Have anybody went under the house and see if they can tell?
I just told them.
So the water is underground. Got to be ain't it?
I told
It's
them.
underground under the house, which means it could be shake. It could be dealing with the foundation of the house.
It is.
Yeah.
Then look at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what 1811 was saying. That's why they won't move the flags.
Okay. And so they still gonna check it. They plan on checking it out.
Well, it's got to be in order now. Okay? In order to dig the grounds. Okay? I got the order to do my plumbing.
That's what you're still doing.
Okay? I got the order to do my plumbing. I got order. It done even shifted the porch itself. 811 says that there's something wrong here underground.
And they say that.
That's right. It's
Okay.
on ticket.
Okay, gotcha. I'm
I
sorry.
got you. I'll give you the ticket numbers.
Yeah, black and white. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. These are the markings that's currently in Miss Singletary's yard, and she said they've been out here for a long time. And she said this is the third time that 811 have requested that more flags be put up, or lines identified, and she don't understand why it's taking so long. But anyway, I just thought I would get these flags.
Well, my response is, and when I called you back, I went over there, I looked at all the work orders, I looked at the flags, and the communication to her is that she had a leak underneath her house somewhere. And she indicated that she was going to get a plumber, and that she was going to correct that. And if she does correct that, and we have acknowledgement of that, then I will certainly adjust her water bill back so she can get credit for that. So that's what findings are.
Okay, so what you're saying is that how do you pronounce your name, Pazinski?
Yes.
Okay, so what you're saying is that is her responsibility. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and once she get that, you gonna do your part, which is to meet her and compensate as much as you can. Am I correct? I mean, not compensate, but adjust her bill.
Yeah.
Adjust her bill.
Adjust her bill because it's a leak and something that she had repaired, and I will certainly help her with that.
Okay, all right. Well, okay. Okay, I got to run up there. I'm down in Valdosta, but I'm committed to run up there. So I'm on my way up there. I'm going to meet with her for week 1 and 2.